What if I told you your breakfast cereal, melting glaciers, and an ancient disease from the past century might all be connected? It's your health bulletin, and today we talk about 3 terrifying trends shaping our future: artificial food dyes, zombie microbes from melting ice, and the return of a superbug typhoid. Let's break it down for you all. First, the rainbow on your plate may finally fade. The US is planning to remove artificial food dyes from cereals, candies, sodas, and snacks. The same vibrant colors that attract children are now being scrutinized for their links to hyperactivity, irritability, and even cancer. Red, yellow number 5, blue number 1, green number 3. These are petroleum-derived synthetic chemicals, and they've been a staple in processed foods, especially those targeted at kids. Many reports has shown they do nothing for nutrition but everything for appearance. Now the Trump administration and Robert F. Kennedy, Health and Human Services Secretary, are backing a sweeping reform to phase them out. Listen what they have to say.
Today, the FDA is taking the following steps. Number 1, establishing a national standard and timeline for the food industry to transition from petroleum-based food dyes to natural alternatives. Number 2, initiating a process to revoke authorization of synthetic food colorings, including those not in production, namely citrus red number 2 and orange B, within the coming weeks. Number 3, taking steps to eliminate the remaining 6 synthetic dyes on the market from the U.S. food supply, specifically red dye number 40, yellow dye number 5, yellow dye number 6, blue dye number 1, blue dye number 2, and green dye number 3 by the end of next year. We are also requesting food companies to remove red dye number 3 sooner than the 2027-2028 deadline previously announced. These steps that we are taking means that the FDA is effectively removing all petroleum-based food dyes from the U.S. food supply. For companies that are currently using petroleum-based red dye, try watermelon juice. Or beet juice. For companies currently combining petroleum-based yellow chemical and red dyes together, try carrot juice. The FDA is also announcing plans today to authorize 4 additional natural color additives using natural ingredients in the coming weeks, while also accelerating the review and approval of other natural ingredient colors.
If you ask why now, because the evidence is undeniable. Red number 3 has shown carcinogenic properties in animal studies. Studies link others to behavioral disorders in children. And earlier this year, red number 3 was banned in food, beverages, and ingested drugs. It now only US, but Europe restricted several of these dyes years ago. The direction taken by the US often influences other countries to follow suit. While the US cleans up its diet, nature has its own horror story unraveling. Zombie microbes. Yes, you heard that right. They are reawakening beneath the Earth's surface. Glaciers and permafrost, frozen for thousands of years, are melting. And with them, ancient bacteria, viruses, fungi, and parasites are being released. This isn't just sci-fi hype. Scientists have warned us since the 1980s. Microbes have been discovered in Andean glaciers, in Antarctic ice sheets, and also in Siberian permafrost. Some are dead, but many very much alive. In Venezuela, when the last glacier has melted. What was found? Many unknown pathogens, microbes somewhat similar to modern human pathogens, only far older and more unpredictable. And it's not just one location. Between 2000 and 2023, the world lost 275 gigatons of glacier mass per year. That's equivalent to 4 Olympic-sized pools every second. We're talking about millions of microorganisms, probably more than the stars in the universe. Some of these bugs may be harmless, while others, completely new to the human immune system. If one of these ancient microbes crosses into today's world or animal populations, we're not prepared. For most of the pathogen, we don't have immunity, nor we don't have treatments for all. We don't even have names for them. We really need much more scientific investigation to understand the degree of threat such pathogens may pose to human, animal, and ecosystem health. As if melting microbes weren't enough, another silent killer is staging a comeback: typhoid fever. You might think it's a disease of the past, something from 19th century textbooks. But today, typhoid is not just alive, it's evolving. The bacterium Salmonella typhi is now extensively drug-resistant, or XDR. This means it resists almost every commonly used oral antibiotic. A 2022 study looked at nearly 3,500 samples from Nepal, Bangladesh, Pakistan. The result? XDR strains are rapidly replacing the weaker ones. This isn't confined to South Asia. These superbugs have reached Southeast Asia, Africa, and even developed nations like the US, Canada, and the UK. The speed of transmission, thanks to global travel and trade, is staggering. Study from Stanford University stressed on the rise of XDR typhi highlights the need to urgently expand prevention measures to combat XDR typhi. Vaccines are essential. Access to clean water is crucial, along with improved diagnostics, are necessary for effective health management, and above all, strict control on antibiotic use. So on one side, artificial dyes are harming us from within. On another, ancient microbes are emerging from melting ice, unknown and unstoppable. And third, a once treatable disease is now returning with a vengeance, armored in resistance. This is not a distant threat. It's today's reality. It's easy to look away. But these aren't isolated stories. They're all part of a changing world, and how we respond, individually and collectively, will determine how we survive the next century. That's it for today's Health Bulletin. If you want to stay updated on the latest in health and science, don't forget to subscribe. Take care, and I'll catch you next time.